Welcome to another video yet again. Do have a very special, extremely, very rare play, a fresh IPO with a very tiny 875,000 share float, a company that has been in operations for a very long time. Guys, drop a quick like for me on this video. If you are enjoying this content, it does really help me out, but we're going to dive right into it. This is ticker SAG, SAG Holdings, which I actually called out this morning. You can see I called this one out at 5:23 a.m. I said, looks like this one could really squeeze if volume continues to come in. And that's exactly what happened. This is 5 a.m. It was trading right at, $7.30. Just an hour or two later, a few hours later, squeezed all the way to $9, a nice 25% gainer. But, is gaining momentum. This one has some crazy movement. We're going to talk about what they do as a company, everything like that. But something you have to realize, this is an extremely thinly traded stock that can move dollars within, basically within seconds with this very small float and the volume that is coming in right now. So just yesterday did have its first initial public offering, actually went public the first time it ever traded. It hit the markets, opened up at $8 per share, basically dropped down, kind of consolidated, and then basically at 3 p.m. it looks like it got pumped all the way into after hours, kind of consolidated again. And that's when I started looking at it very early this morning and after hours yesterday a little bit, and basically did take some trades on it, and it did actually spike up to $9, came back down, kind of consolidated before market open today. Actually, right at market open, did have a parabolic movement all the way to $8.32, and then basically halted down 2 or 3 different times back to back. So I had intense selling, intense profit taking, or manipulation going on right here. Fell under VWAP, which actually struggled to basically claim over the entire pre-market, except for that little quick pump we had around 7 a.m. So I'm actually covering this right now because it is gaining some momentum, just to show you how thinly traded it is and how quickly it moves. It dropped all the way down to $4 right after hitting, $8.30 earlier in the day, right after market open, tanked, got halted down a few times to $4, came back up steadily, kind of consolidated as it did curl back up, actually formed a cup and handle pattern, and then came back down and completely is going parabolic. And after hours, if we do see this momentum continue, could be a overnight gapper and pre-market mover, just depends. But what do they actually do as a company? They are a 40-year-old Singapore-based provider of high-quality OEM, third-party branded and in-house branded replacement parts for motor vehicles and non-vehicle combustion engines. So they actually have 2 different business sectors, or they have the on-highway business, example, their business in the automotive industry, which supplies a wide range of genuine OEM and aftermarket parts for use in the passenger and commercial vehicles bearing the manufacturer brands or their in-house brands. And then they have the off-highway business, which is their industrial business serving name, the energy, mining, agriculture, oil and gas construction sectors, which supplies a wide range of components and spare parts for internal combustion engines with a very strong focus on filtration products. It looks like they have a very diversified business in some very good sectors. They have the automotive industry they are targeting, and then they have the industrial business serving marine, energy, mining, agriculture, the oil and gas and construction sectors as well. So looking on their website, they do have 3 different subsidiaries, and looking at this, they actually first started as a business in the early 1970s. So a very extensive, very historic, long track record of operations that have been going on for a very long time, like I said. And they do have over 120 employees, or well over 100 different employees. Looking at this timeline, they have been focusing on the automotive market for a very long time. And then it looks like in 2019, they did actually branch off into this off-highway business, expanded to include the life science environmental industry. Obviously this is the one with the oil and gas sectors and much more. And it says they were in close collaboration with Man Plus Hummel, which is a company I looked up that has over 22,000 employees at more than 80 different sites worldwide. So they're international, it looks like, have 80 different locations, and they are growing very rapidly, it looks like. And they do manufacture and develop in-house automotive parts, brake parts and lubricant parts and much more. They went public just yesterday, and they did have this $7 million IPO for 875,000 ordinary shares at a price of $8 per share to the public for a total of $7 million of gross proceeds that went directly to the company, obviously before deducting underwriting cost and other offering expenses. Now, looking at their financial statements, according, just going on OTC markets and a few other sites that are showing this, so that's just what I'm going by, but you can see their annual revenue for 2023, they did $60 million in revenue, just under that. Keep my nose at 3 zeros to these numbers. So a very profitable business, as they did actually have $1.5 million in net income. And they are growing very aggressively year over year. In 2021, did $43 million. This jumped to in 2022. This jumped to $52 million, or just under that. And then for 2023, jumped to $59.5 million. And they were profitable all of these years, which is extremely rare for an IPO to go public and already be profitable, if this is true, because their EPS is growing every single year as well for the past 4 years. This is according to OTC Markets for SAG Holdings, ticker SAG. So if this is true, that is a very rare situation. And like I said, they have been in business since 1970s. They're actually just formed as a company in the early 1970s. This one is trending everywhere you look on the internet. So that's another reason I'm covering, because it did actually trend all morning, is trending again right now. Looks like a lot of people are trying to pump this one up, but you can still potentially make money on this. Isn't really a long-term play or a swing play, just a momentum-based play. Very high risk, high reward type play. But you can see people on StockTwits are liking it. We have Boggle69 saying that it's thin as cigarette paper, folks. Hit it. Basically telling you to slap it. Then, a lot of positive energy right here, just considering the very small float. And, there is a lockup period with dilution. A lot of insiders can't sell shares for, a few months. During this lockup period, they do have cash right now, and it looks like they are potentially already a profitable company, according to this and some other sites that are showing their past, yearly financial statements. A very rare situation, like I said, currently trading at $6.25, up 15%. And after hours, we'll see if this one does trend overnight. If it does, is still trending, then it can have a parabolic move tomorrow. Just a very high risk type, high reward play. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm just giving you trading ideas. And at the end of the day, you have to make your own investment decisions on the stocks that you pick to trade. Just IPO'd yesterday, basically had 0 watchers. This went from 0 to 900 watchers basically in 24 hours. And just this morning was sitting under 500. So it almost doubled since this morning. So a lot of new watchers, a lot of new eyes are on this play. Because after it pumped up this morning and completely tanked, is trying to make a comeback. So I'm kind of getting HKD vibes with this one. But what it really comes down to is, yes, this one could easily pump up and dump right back down. That's why I keep telling you guys, is a very high risk, high reward type play. But if the momentum and volume continues to come in strong enough, we could see a parabolic move with this very thinly traded float. And it was rank 1 most trending on StockTwits pretty much all morning. Got booted off those rings out of the top 10, is climbing back up. I think it's ranked 9 or 8 right now. So is trending everywhere again. To cover ticker SAG with that extremely rare situation and the potential for a massive short squeeze, or not really even a short squeeze, just a squeeze with a very small condensed float and the high amounts of volume. If it comes in, we could see a massive move with that one. I've been watching Tesla stock all day, as this one basically had its second best day in history, went up around 20% plus. I've been watching that most of the day, but wanted to put that one out there for you guys to watch, ticker SAG, and I will be putting some safer swing plays out very soon. So stay tuned for those in the next few days, and I will see you in the next video.